Part of the package deal.
So who bought the cars?
No one?
You still you just told us you sold it.
Oh yeah, somebody bought them.
Well, who did?
Somebody, yeah.
You sold it for junk, I imagine, because who else would buy it? Or would you sell it to what's his name at to Danny over there at Don's? Why not? He would have paid you good money for that motor.
Oh, I didn't know who that is. No.
You took the car to Don's Automotive to have it looked at when you got hit by when the guy hit you.
Yeah.
Remember?
Oh God,
You
him.
remember Danny over there?
Barely.
He offered you money on the car for the engine. $1,000 I think it was. And he'd have still taken it.
That's probably a couple 100,000 miles, you know.
He didn't give a shit because he just
Yeah,
rebuilt
it was a couple.
He wouldn't care because he'd just be rebuilding the engine anyway, and he wouldn't be using it the way it was. He just wanted to block and all of that shit.
No, it's done.
Did you get good money for it? At least $1,000.
Yeah.
Okay.
That
Each.
exactly- Well, just that.
Not each. No, the other car worth about maybe $300 for the scrap. No, I'm sorry. Prices have plummeted. $250. Assuming the catalytic converter was in it. But the car they're running with the LT1 motor, you should have at least have gotten $500-600 for it, because the motors are worth that. You won't get that from a yard usually, but you get it from an individual.
Will the junkyard give you like $200?
Today, yes, but if you find a Chevy guy like Danny is who wants the motor, then they give you more. And you throw it on Craigslist, advertising a running LT1, someone's going to come along with a Camaro or some other project they want a Chevy motor for, and they buy it. Plus all the extra parts you had with it, you got off the stolen car.
Can't believe the mysterious Honda lives.
Now, how did you manage to get rid of the other car without the papers?
Done. Yeah, that's the other question.
That's the question. Who took it without papers? Well, a private individual will, if they're not too picky. You know?
I just lost the title.
Yeah, I can't find it. Usually, though, they'll make you fill out a form, like we would.
Just make sure you don't let the cops see it.
Yeah. Don't let anybody ask any questions
Why?
about
No
it.
reason. No reason. Boy, this car got automatic start and everything.
It will.
No, it doesn't have it yet. You didn't take it out of the Buick?
Yes, I did.
Okay. Who's going to install it for you, though?
Sounds incredible, Danbury.
Oh.
Buy a whole new one.
All right, Mike.
All right, boys. Till maybe next weekend.
Yeah. We'll see what happens. Till then.
Well, if they're going to be a storm, Mike, you're not going to Stormville, are you?
I don't know. Mike, you going to Stormville? It doesn't have automatic locks?
Yeah, it does.
I mean electric locks. You don't have the, I mean the key
When I
fob.
get the alarm put in.
I mean, it doesn't open with a key fob?
It will. It will. Yeah, it will open with a key fob.
I mean, it didn't come that way from the factory. Usually they do. Hell, even that rodeo I got, which is a little older than this, has that.
Well, it does have one, but...
What, the battery doesn't work?
Yeah, it works.
Why aren't you using it?
Well, I have to get it installed.
No, I mean from the manufacturer.
The what?
On the key fob day, the blue tag.
Yeah, it works.
That's from Honda, isn't it?
Yeah.
And
That's-
it opens and closes the door.
Yes.
Okay.
No, I just didn't hit it right.
Oh.
And the only thing I didn't do, like I said, I'm going to get the, what do you call it? Yeah, have the alarm taken out, and I would be putting this. It's an expensive alarm, that's why I kept
I remember, you told me.
it. That's not some 1995, Walmart special.
You'll notice the technology has improved
For what?
on the camera.
Oh,
Holy shit, I guess it has. Man, this takes good pictures at night. I'm seeing that road better than I'm seeing it with my eyes. It's brighter in the view screen. It's like daylight. Yeah, the blocking never sucked in quite this much light. And it's all crystal clear, too. I'm getting good focus.
Oh, I mean, next time you see Terry, you can ask her how much I'm going to get paid. At my new job.
Oh, God.
So what was she getting paid, you know?
I have not a clue. Not much, I'd imagine. She was never there half the time. I was out on medicals or going to see her sister or something else.
I'll be like on the TV commercial. I'm a sandwich artist.
Hey, well, you are. You know more about fucking food than anybody else I know. At least the eating part of it. How hard is it to make a sandwich? Open the bread, slap some fucking meat in there, a little bit of lettuce, tomatoes, and some mustard, and you're done. It's not exactly rocket science.
That's an older commercial, sandwich artist.
I don't really pay attention to them.
That's an older commercial.
Commercials to me are an indication it's time to go use the restroom, hit the refrigerator, something like that.
Yep, I'm gonna miss old Seabiscuit, but
Well, you need something that's fucking reliable.
oh yeah,
Oh, you're at 29,531.
I was just on 25 not too long ago. That's what I bought the car with.
29,531. Holy shit, I can zoom right in on that and get it clear. Man, it's unbelievable what they can do with these cameras.
Why would Tara be upset if I got her old job?
Well, because I haven't told her yet, I have no idea if she would care or not.
Oh,
But she did indicate to me she thinks you had something to do with her getting fired. Why she thinks that, I don't know.
no idea.
Now you're gonna have to work on why she got fired from her other job. I'm sure there's information out there somewhere.
Well, I'm sure if
Well, I told her today, I said, when you don't tell us something, one, that makes us start hunting, but two, we're going to come up with shit on our own that's 10 times worse than whatever the real reason was.
Well, no, I'll just after I eventually work there, I'll get it out of the boss.
Yeah.
I mean, that's not my goal to do that, but
Well, somebody's got to fill in, you know, since she dropped the ball. People got to have sandwiches.
what did Mike say when I pulled up in this?
Whoa, look at this. It does exist. Of course, you could have just bought this last week, so we don't really know if this is the original car because we never saw it. Doesn't smell like it's been in storage anywhere. You gonna put your radio in there or keep the one you got?
Problem with that radio was that the fold up and fold down
It's always breaking, yeah. Well, this ought to have a good radio in it because they usually do in these cars.
Yeah, it's AM, FM, CD,
Yeah.
so I didn't, you know.
Japanese cars generally use electronics from the major manufacturers, Sanyo, Sony, Panasonic, all of them. So it's usually pretty good. In fact, the American car ones are pretty good too. Not like the old days and those radios, the first thing they do, you knew the freaking OEM radio was bad. You know, nowadays almost always good.
Well, that radio was like almost as old as.
Yeah, he was getting old.
Well, yeah. Well, it worked, but what was I going to do with it?
Yeah.
You know, put it in another car? Hell no, because it was, you know, it served its purpose.
Mm-hmm.
I got a radio in this, so it just doesn't have a remote, but.
Well, it's not like it's that far away from you.
What?
Yeah,
Yeah,
the radio.
yeah, it's right here, yeah. I mean, at the time, I think that radio was cheap anyway. Not cheap, but they weren't like $300 and $400 and $500. Who was it? Best Buy? Yeah, Best Buy replaced it a three times under warranty.
I remember you telling me. Yeah.
And then I tried to send it in again, but they don't make parts for it no more.
Yeah.
I was like, screw it, you know, and I'm not gonna keep it. It worked, but why bother putting in, a broke radio?
Yeah, pointless.
The best part of the best feature was you couldn't open it, with the remote no more. You had to like pull it down with your hands. So there was no fun no more. That's the only thing that didn't work was the mechanical face.
Yeah.
But you can still put CDs in and out and close.
Well,
it.
nowadays radios, they've advanced a lot.
Yeah. So
And even the cheaper ones aren't that bad because unlike the cassette players, the CD players really don't have a hell of a lot of moving parts unless they got a built-in CD changer. And it's just a disc in, out. There's no forward, fast, reverse buttons. It's one laser thing that moves back and forth. Fewer moving parts, fewer problems.
my favorite was Kraco, and what was the other one? Sparkomatic.
Sparkomatic, yes.
You said you got a couple of those in the
I
yard?
believe I do somewhere.
I want to see one of those.
Oh God, I don't even remember where they are, Scott. It might even be in my shed somewhere.
And even back then they were cheap. Even back then.
Oh yeah, they were under $100, under $30.
Less than that.
Yeah, under 30.
Yeah.
They had the power boosters, the antenna boosters, all that shit.
Yeah, it was a little red box with a red light.
That was for the antenna, but the power booster was almost the size of what a CB radio is today.
God.
CB radios themselves, who the hell has those anymore?
And how long do they last for?
You know what? I don't think I ever broke one.
Really?
I don't think I ever did. But I never had the actual Kraco radio. I had the Kraco power booster and the antenna booster, which, not having moving parts, actually lasted a long time. In fact, I think I may still have them somewhere.
I want to see one of those.
If I come across it, I'll put it aside, but who the hell knows where they are after all these years. Last car I had it in was my 73 Plymouth Fury, I think it was.
Yeah.
I was dicking around in the shed the other day and I found a box, brand new, JVC cassette deck.
Yep.
It's not that old, it's 2000 radio. I bought it when I got my CD changer in 2000 for the Cadillac. I didn't know it. It came with an actual radio that it had. It's 45 watts per channel, 4 channels, regular JVC stereo with a cassette deck in it. And you control the CD changer from it. I didn't know that because I'd already bought a regular, full flip down cover JVC radio, which still works. I have it in the DeSoto. Brand new in the fucking box. Never been out of it.
So I had the 8-track player for a little while, and then the cassettes came in.
We had cassettes for a long time, all through the 80s, most of the 90s. Even after CDs came out, nobody gave up cassettes that quickly. I still have working cassette players down the yard. Was one of my tool car. I just took it out. We sold it to somebody. Some guy the other day, I still listen to cassettes. He's going, so, that's not an accomplishment. I listen to 78 RPM records. That's 1919, 1920 or whatever. It's not going to really.
When were the 78s big?
Up to the 50s. 78 is what they started at. Disc records started at 78 RPM, around 1903, 04, around in there. And they continued using them right up until the mid-1950s, even the late 50s.
When did 45s come in?
I believe that was the late 40s. They started releasing 45 singles. And in the 50s, they really took off, of course. But they were always for singles. They weren't for albums. 33 RPM comes along in the 50s also. That was for albums.
And then then after the 78s, then it was 33s, and that was it.
Yeah. LPs. That went on right through the 70s and 80s. Even into early... Well, they never really went away. We still have LPs today. And they're making a resurgence. The vinyl is definitely making a comeback. Because CDs have been unable, and digital music has been unable to duplicate the soft tones of vinyl. It simply hasn't. So people that are really into music, they like vinyl. And there are people pressing new records onto vinyl. Even today. You can buy brand new turntables that connect to your computer, everything else. Fancy setups you want it.
It's kind of like a digital camera versus a film camera.
Yeah, well, film camera's pretty much gone because of the convenience of a digital. I mean, look at this camera I got right now. I'm shooting video that goes into a little tiny card. It records in full high definition, which no VHS camera I ever had did. I'm recording at night. I can never do this with the old VHS camera. It'd be
So-
nothing but a blur.
So if this was 1985, 1986,
I would be getting nothing but a black screen right now, pretty much, with a few little blips of blurry light.
how big is the camera?
Oh, the size of a Buick. It was huge. You know, it's gigantic. You remember my old video
Yeah,
camera? It
yeah,
took 3 men and a boy to hold that thing around.
That thing was huge.
The palm quarter I bought much later on wasn't, but then it was very limited in what it would do. The best tape camera I had was the Mini DV. And even that would not come close to this. This thing weighs almost nothing. It records for hours. It has no moving parts except a screen that flips open, a little button to turn it on and off.
You had a JVC, right?
With
Or no,
Mini
RCA.
DV, I had a Sony.
A Sony, that's right. A
I had a
Sony.
Sony. Same as this one.
Big boy. Do you still have it? That big?
Yes.
giant?
Oh, no. The giant camera, that was a Panasonic. The bigger early, the original from 1983, that was a Panasonic video.
What was that new?
God, that was like $2,000.
Jesus God, you didn't pay that, did you?
No, I bought it later on, used.
Jeez. Spent all the money in the world in 1980.
Yeah, that was a
Jesus.
lot of money back then.
Yeah.
Well, shit, my VHS-C camera was damn near $500 back in, when did I buy? 1999? When I bought that. That was the last tape camera, before the last non-digital tape camera. In 2005, I bought the Mini DV, and that was $3 and change, almost $4.
T400.
Yeah, well, that was state-of-the-art at the time. That was the state-of-the-art camera.
Yeah, that's a dinosaur.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
that's finished. That's well, it works perfectly, but it does not record high definition. You know, it records the tapes, which is a pain in the ass. Moving parts, which means it won't last forever.
So at the height of that was the height of its technology.
Yeah, and it simply did not have the technology to do what I'm doing right now. I'm taking a crystal clear picture with nothing but headlights and a few street lights to light the way, and I can see the road and everything ahead of it clear as day. I could drive the car just by looking through this viewfinder and be perfectly safe. I can see everything out there. In fact, when I take my eyes off and look, I can see better through the camera's viewfinder here than I can looking at the actual street.
It's amazing. Where is this in
Oh, I wish I had this in the old days. Damn.
you'd have everything.
Fuck yeah. I mean, I got a lot of stuff on the old tape cameras, but never like that. And you know, digital photography, still cameras, film is finished on that because now they have the full frame format that duplicates a 35mm image, and it's becoming cheaper every day. All the new DSLRs are going to have that. And pretty soon, so will the point and shoots. In 5 years, it's going to be cheap as a point and shoot is today.
I even said when I was involved in that.
Yeah.
And I said, wait, there's a new toy.
Yep.
It's all changing digital, and everybody would, well, you know, all the people who had money said I have to have the new toy, and you know how much that shit was back then?
Oh, a lot of money.
God,
They were 1 or 2 megapixel cameras and shit. Now a cheap ass point and shoot is 16 megapixel.
yeah.
This takes 9.8 megapixel stills, which is better than my first digital, which was like 7 point something. Not that I would bother using this for a still camera, but I could, and it would be a good image, good enough for YouTube, not YouTube, but eBay or something like that. You know, just cheap photography, but the convenience of digital now, you can stick a tiny camera in your shirt pocket, carry it everywhere. Cell phones. Remember the shitty picture cell phone stuff? Now they're taking pictures better than my first point and shoots did.
Yeah.
High megapixel, very clear. This is an amazing piece of technology. Now I understand why they didn't put night shot on these. The Mini DV had night shot. Basically, it would take pictures in total darkness using a UV light. It was night vision, which is very nice. But as long as you have a small light source, this camera seems to work pretty well. But it won't work in full darkness. Full darkness is just going to record
So if you're in
sound.
the middle of the woods,
Then it's not going to help you because it doesn't have a built-in light. It doesn't have a UV capability.
unless you got a flashlight.
I wouldn't be surprised if they do add that eventually. If you had a flashlight, you'd be able to see. You'd be able to take pictures, yeah. I think if you had a candle, you'd be able to take pictures. It's amazing how well this is focusing because the Bloggy generally would lose its focus. Occasionally, you know, it would lock, then it would lose, it would lock, then it would lose. This is holding its focus. I don't think it's gone blurry even once.
How much was a Bloggy?
When I got it, it was only like $140, $130.
That's old already, right? Isn't that like?
It's 2 years old, yeah.
Oh, that's it.
That's it. That's why I'm not getting rid of it. I still use it, but I don't need to use it for this.
What do you use on Terry?
The Bloggy, because I can stick it in my pocket. You know, it works perfectly good in daylight, strong light. Whereas this one works good in lower light. This is a good camera for indoors. This is a good camera for nighttime, for low light situations. The Bloggy is good for outdoors, full sunlight. But the Bloggy is limited because its battery capability, it's got a built-in battery, you can't change batteries, and it's got built-in, you know, the hard drive in it, which is only 4 gig, is your maximum. You can't put a card in it. This I have an 8 gigabyte built-in hard drive, which is tiny, but I'm never going to use it because I have it takes the CD cards and those things. Now they have ones 132 gigabyte. A little tiny fucking card, SD card, 132 gigabyte. Right now that's $130. But the 32 gigabyte cards, which give you hours of recording time each, they're only like $30. They're not that bad.
What did you have in 2000 when the cop pulled me over?
I was using the VHS-C camera. That was the Panasonic VHS-C.
And that's where the battery you said just died?
No, it didn't die. I didn't lose the battery. It was getting low, but I didn't lose it. That I had spare batteries for. This one, the spare battery is still on the way. I ordered a spare battery last night. He's only had this 2 days, so I went on Amazon for that. But with this camera, I can keep switching batteries when one goes weak, and I can keep shooting theoretically forever. I have plenty of SD cards. Right now, they're all 4 and 8, and I think a 16 is the biggest I have. But I'm going to get a couple 32s for this.
How much is the storage data card?
Well, the 4 and 8s are not that expensive. They're like $16, even something a little cheaper. 32 is still a little bit expensive. Even that one's only like 40 some odd dollars. They're not that bad for a good brand, name brand. But they're coming down in price too. You know, just a few years ago, 8 gig was like, wow, that's incredibly huge, and you know they were expensive. Not anymore. I like the card format because that way I can, if I don't want to erase something, I don't have to. I can take the card out, put it away, and I can put a new card in and keep shooting. And I can take the card out of the camera, stick it into the computer's card slot, and just download everything. Now this will shoot an MP4 video. It'll shoot low quality video too, but it'll shoot MP4 and it'll shoot very high quality HD video. But that stuff uses up a lot of space on the card, and it also takes a long time to upload if I want to put it on YouTube, which I really don't need to do. That I'll save for when I'm showcasing a car to sell or something like that I need very high quality. Because MP4 gives very good quality as it is. I really can't even see better than that, to tell you the truth. Oh yeah, the whole street is just lit right up. See, with a camera like this, it's now convenient to shoot video for just about everything. In the old days, because the video cameras were heavy and they were bulky, you needed to carry around an extra bag and shit like that. I carried a still camera most of the time. Only took the video camera out for special occasions, you know, 4th of July fireworks, going up to whatever. But now, this you can carry it anywhere. Fits in a pocket. It's still a little bulky for the pocket, but it does actually fit in the pocket.
Yeah, but the thing doesn't weigh...
It doesn't weigh anything. A pack of cigarettes weighs more than this thing does. I think the battery weighs more than the damn camera. Because there's no mechanical mechanism in there for tapes. All that had to be metal. This has no metal moving parts. It's all glass and plastic. It does actually have a glass lens.
Too bad you didn't secretly have that back in the day.
Wow. The technology would have made me a billionaire. Are you kidding me?
No, I mean just the video footage just to have.
Oh, I do have VHS footage back in the old days. Yeah, the 80s and shit. There's nothing like this. I wish I would have had this.
Looks like 1980s footage.
Yeah. Yeah, I would have filmed everything with this back then.
Could have had so much on tape. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I'm filming a lot of shit now. Now I'm just testing to see how long of a video file this thing will record. I have no idea. Now the blocking only does 2 gig, and then it'll shut off, and you got to start a new file. I'm wondering if this will go longer. It's not giving me a time readout, so I don't know how long it's going. But I can tell by where we are, we're at least 20 minutes from the house already. And Terry was saying, I never bought him that much food. I gave him 1 hamburger. I said, well, you argue that out with Scott. He's saying one thing, he says another. I wasn't there, and I don't give a shit. So you two argue it out.
That was so long ago.
Long ago? It was a couple of years. Not even. I think it was 1984? What the fuck? Well, for you, it was 5,000 meals ago. But, you know, for anybody else, that wasn't that long ago.
My working hours are going to be.
Don't know. Whatever you want them to be, I guess.
Subway.
I think Terry used to work during the week, but she had the weekends off. I'm not sure if that was some special arrangement she had or just what they did. I don't know.
Oh, 9 to 5 sounds pretty cool.
It's going to be a difficult adjustment for you after being unemployed for so long. They ever call you back at the... What was that place you were at? The electrical place? Hippotronics?
No.
Because we had a guy in there from Hippotronics said that things were improving at that company finally.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, that's what he said. So they're doing a little better. They got rid of some managers somewhere and improved something. He didn't say they were hiring anybody, but at least not on the work floor. Rather. I wish I'd have had this at the meat house, let me tell you.
Wonder what would have...
God only knows what we would have caught there.
Jeez, what's there now?
An empty lot. They finally succeeded in knocking it down. Or it fell down, one or the other.
I thought all the tractors kept stalling out.
They did. They finally got it down eventually. I fear that was 25 years ago now.
Damn.
Yeah, I know. Hard to believe it was that fucking long. Feels like it was yesterday.
I haven't been there since, probably since then.
Yeah, me neither. I don't know what's out there now. If the barn is still standing, the place is... Could have built a house there for all I know. Dean Road.
Goes off Farm to Market.
Off Farmers Mills.
I mean, Farmers Mills, yeah.
Farm to Market is not out. Battery's still reading full charge. Still recording. I know I'm approaching at least 25, 26 minutes now. Have to be.
How long does it take to go from...
Usually takes about 32 minutes, 33 minutes to get home.
Yeah, that's about right.
With the Bloggy, it generally would stop recording somewhere back there, actually. So watch out for Mr. Deer.
I got nice bright bulbs in this.
Yeah, well, it's an up-to-date car. I should have bright bulbs.
Yeah, the old car I was using, older...
Actually, if you think about it, it's not that up-to-date anymore. It's going to be 10 years old in a year. Less than that, it's probably already 10 years old. If it's got a 2003 production date.
I don't know.
It might. It might. It's possible. If it does, it'll be September or October or November 2003, December. It won't be quite 10 years yet. But these cars aren't like the old cars. They go a long fucking time.
I plan on taking care of it just like the Buick.
Yeah. You got a dealer picked out to service it?
No.
I don't know who the Honda dealers are around here.
We've got Brewster Honda. I don't know how trustworthy they are.
Don't know. Don't know anything about them.
Tell you where I'm not bringing it is Brady Standard.
Well, they don't do Honda.
They're shady there.
Well, they may be, but they're a GM dealer. They're not a Honda dealer.
Taking in for an oil change and be telling you need a whole new this and that.
Yeah, no. Other than that, you could learn to do the oil changes yourself.
See the possum?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's one ugly prehistoric.
At least one thing, you'll be doing better on gas with this. How many miles per gallon are you getting on this already?
I don't know. Well, what kind of gas tank is in here? Probably a.
If it's got 11-gallon gas tank, I'd be surprised. 12, 13, something like that. They're not very big. Because this should be getting close to 40 miles a gallon.
I'm sure. Yeah, it's definitely getting better mileage than.
Well, yeah.
Civics there.
Civics generally sip the gas. That's why they're so popular.
Yeah, it was like 448 and a half. It was almost on 4. That's why I say 4. It was technically, for all intents and purposes, it was 450.
Yeah.
Not bad.
You got your money's worth out of that car.
Well, Mike helped me fix it over the years.
Yeah, well.
Not only because of that I keep the car that long. I was going to have Pat change the rear end, but...
I was just talking to him today down the yard. By the way, he wanted me to tell you hello.
Oh, what did he say? Just...
I mentioned to him he's gonna have to get a hold of you soon because that damn rear in his Buick is gonna shit the bed before you know it.
What did he say?
He said, "Oh yeah, I know." He told me about it. He saw me at work and said something to me about it. And I was going to help with it. And I said, "I know. I've heard that thing making clanking and rattling noises, and the front end is shimmying, and it's about ready to fly to pieces." So he's gonna need your help very, very soon.
There was trouble with the throttle body, I think.
Well, it was pigging like a bastard.
Yeah, that, and then there was...
So bad that I actually caught that on the vlogging.
Yeah, I know. There was a bunch of things. It was going to need front brakes. It was leaking fluids, I think.
It was pretty damn beat up too. This is a much nicer looking car.
Still look good though.
No, it didn't, Scott. That thing was beat to death. What are you kidding me? Look good.
Hey, that car still looked good. That car still looked
Yeah,
good.
hood was banged up. You had 2 different colors on it. It scrapes up and down the side of the car. It was getting a little worn.
Well, you know, can't the paint fades over years.
Well, you gotta expect that with that kind of mileage.
Yeah,
You used the hell out of that car.
sure I did.
He's been to the moon and back just about.
Oh, you don't know. That car did some miles.
We're a little live on YouTube.
Car saw both oceans.
Yeah, I know.
Saw Florida. The whole car saw some miles. Can you believe it?
You drove it to Florida to get orange juice.
Not that car, somebody else's car.
I know.
Oh, damn, I didn't go down Root Avenue.
Oh, you forgot.
Son of a bitch. No, that's because the boat pulled in, everybody was tired, and then I just sort of kept driving. Got the orange juice, though.
Yeah, man, I guess you did.
I should have seen the look on their faces of shock when they woke up.
And I see Mickey Mouse looking in the window. Welcome to Disney World. Wake up, everybody. Rise and shine. Shut the fuck up. And of course, you got the red.
Actually, I
Every
just
time.
missed it.
Yeah, I know. It turned red just for you.
Unbelievable.
Every damn time without fail. You know, Pat's girlfriend got her finger crushed
Ooh.
on the ramp, the loading ramp at the on his trailer. She was letting it down, and it caught her finger between the back of the ramp and the back of the trailer and squished it, and the bone came out. Yeah, really badly. A couple weeks ago.
It's always an adventure with Pat.
How's Janice doing?
I would not know. I have not seen her in years. Not since they junked a car here a long time ago.
How old are the kids now? PJ,
Oh, geez, they're just about adults. Well, one of them is. His oldest is an adult, and Joseph there, he's driving age. So, you know, they're going to be on their own pretty soon. Well, one's already on his own. The oldest is already on his own, but youngest will be soon too, I guess.
Jeez.
Well, this answers one question. This definitely records for a longer period of time than the bloggy did. I'm still recording.
All right, I guess no movie night Saturday night, and
Well, what time you want to hit Stormville in the morning then?
I guess 7 is good.
Okay, I will be ready and waiting at 7 a.m.
Let's see what treasures.
I don't expect a hell of a lot, Scott, to tell you the truth.
No ammo, no parts.
I will be very, very surprised to see anything gun-related up there.
Buying up 22 ammo and gun
It
parts.
would be nice to see some car shit, maybe, and I know I could use some ammo boxes. Maybe I see some of those if they're cheap enough. I ain't paying big money for them, but if I see them, I'll get them.
Oh, so there it is.
Yep. Tiger the cat's in there waiting for me somewhere. And we can say goodnight and shut it off.